Hey guys, today we're at SeaWorld Orlando. We're checking out the SeaWorld Rescue Center at the moment. I'm gonna talk louder than the background music. We'll go quick. We're here to do some photos, some videos, some things. We do this like once a year. We'll come and try to get some good photos and b-roll things for videos throughout the year. Make some videos that you'll see later in the year. But one thing that the combustion gamer who's with me today, he's doing a lot of filming for me. He does a great job. It's very helpful with the Ant on the Moon channel. Greatly appreciate it. Well, I promised to do something years ago, and I have not yet managed to do it. And so the reason we're at SeaWorld today is to get some pictures, get some b-roll, but also to do what he's wanted to do for years. So hopefully it'll turn out to be a really good surprise, and hopefully he's going to enjoy it. The manatees are very cute. This one's just like sleeping here on the log. But we're here today to do Dine with Orcas. And since the Orca show is not happening this month, this is a great way to be able to see the killer whales, the Orcas. And so we're going to do Dine with Orcas. So hopefully I can keep it a secret for another hour or so until we get to that point. So while I'm trying to keep it a secret for a little bit longer that we're going to do dining with Orcas, let me show you how you can have this experience for yourself. So on the SeaWorld Orlando website, you can go and, if you're a pass holder, make sure to go and sign in to your account, and then come back and press buy upgrades and hit popular upgrades. Then scroll down here, you'll see lots of options, and it'll show what the discount is that you're going to get. So then we have the Dine with Orcas options. We can select a date here, and depending on what date you select is how much it's going to cost. So Saturdays, Sundays, Fridays tend to be a little bit higher. Weekdays, especially Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, are cheaper for the most part. Currently, as an annual pass holder, if I wanted to go on February 28th, it would be $28.90 per person, and the only option for times to go are at 12:30, so a lunchtime option to be able to get in. Now, just for your information, looking out into 2024, you can see the price increases, especially here through spring break, through those weeks, and then once we leave spring break, it gets a little bit cheaper again for a little while. Once school is out, again, you see it's up much higher, $41, and that is as an annual pass holder. That's what the current price is. So if you're wanting to go, make sure you plan in advance if you're able to, and make sure to sign in with your annual pass. You could potentially purchase this in park. Wouldn't plan on it. Many times it does sell out. The day we were there, it was sold out, so plan accordingly for that. Now let's get back to February. Let's hit February 28th here just for the sake of doing it, so I can show you what else is here. Then you select how many guests are coming, how many adults, children. Here's what the prices are for that. Infants 0 to 2 are free, which is very nice. There is no preferred seating request. You're going to be seated wherever they want to seat you. But for the most part, every seat looked like it had a really good spot. We were on the, as you go in, we're like one of the first seats as you enter the building. So we're off to the left side of the pool. Great. We had a good view throughout. We could see everything. No matter where you were, you had a really good view of the presentation. Now, in order to see the menu for what they have, you have to go back over to Things to Do and hit on Dining. So come over here and go to Dine with Orcas under Dining. You can see learn more. It says it is a specialty dine, so of course this is not included with all-day dining. It tells you what the average starting price is. And let me see where the menu is at. The cocktails are not included in the price. Cocktails or any of the alcohol is not included. That is an additional price. You can get water or soda is included with the meal. You can get a house salad. It was very good. Had Italian ranch and, oh, there's another dressing, but Italian ranch dressing. You have a choice of entrees, and it's all listed here on the website. I'll show you pictures of that once we get back to that video footage here in a minute. But here's where you can check out the menu and see all of that. But now it is time to go back, and we're going to surprise Bear with the fact that he's going to dine with Orcas. So let's go see how surprised he is. Let's go stand up here by the party bubbles. Sounds like we're out of. I'm just going to do a little video thing here. So we can, exactly. We can head to bubbles. All right, check and see if am I actually in the camera frame there? Or am I
which frame?
This one.
Yep.
All right, cool. You come over here beside me then. Alright, so we've been doing videos throughout the day today here. Some photos, pictures, whatever, but now it's time to think about lunch. So what is our favorite lunch thing usually to do, or food thing usually to do here at SeaWorld Orlando?
Well, let's see, chicken sandwich and the fries over at Seafire Grill.
That's very good.
Seafire Grill?
Seafire
In one of those.
Grill?
One of the
Yeah,
Seafire. And
Seafire.
add in
It's
there
very
extra
good.
where it's actually on the boat. Anyways, great stuff there. Really good seasoning. Voyager's Steakhouse. Usually that's more supper, but still.
Yeah, it's later in the day. If you just kind of stayed all day and you've eaten.
Yeah.
The best, in my opinion, best quick snack is the pretzels over at Mama's Pretzel Kitchen.
Exactly.
Fantastic. But there's also specialty dining, so like Sharks Underwater dining, and then of course Dine with Shamu, or Dine with Orcas as they're calling it now, which is what we're doing today.
Ooh.
I have been waiting for days to tell him this. I have almost slipped up so many times, but he is finally, I've promised him for years, we are finally going to go do Dine with Shamu, as we call it, Dine with Orcas here at SeaWorld Orlando today. So, yeah, I was wanting to do the 12:30 show, and so he messed it up by coming doing the 11:30, so I've been like trying to figure out what we're gonna do for 30 minutes before we can go check in, so I'm like, so now we're gonna go walk over to Shamu, and we're going to check in for Dine with Orcas. Let's go. So the check-in process was really simple. Just make sure you have either your receipt, we printed it out just for ease of access, or have it on your phone so you can show them, and then they'll direct you to your seat. Everything is pre-assigned. You don't really get to pick where you want to go. Maybe if it's not busy you would get to, but otherwise you're going to have a spot pre-assigned, and it's a really great spot here beside the pool. As you can see, the menu's right there on the table, and you're just sitting poolside to the back pool that has the underwater viewing for the killer whales. And like I said, it's a great view. They're working on construction right now, so we got to see different construction thing. I think we saw a generator get hoisted up at one point as we were sitting there watching. The waitress was very good, quickly taking our order. They did say they were short-staffed, so just be aware sometimes there may be less servers than normal, so it may take a little bit longer to get your food. But we thought it was very quick, ran very smoothly, so it worked out very nice. And this is the menu that they had on the table with the different food options. The house salad was very good. The herb roasted beef, grilled chicken, pan-seared salmon. Kids' choices are hot dogs or chicken nuggets, and they're served with french fries, fruit, and mac and cheese. So good options for kids. Alright, so Bear, table set up here. Orca side. What's your opinion of the setup and what you got on the table?
Very nice. You got the nice theming of the table itself. The wave
fades.
theming. And then you got excellent viewing here. They keep the windows fairly clean outside. Always windows always
and
need to be clean.
but they're outdoors, so it's just gonna get some smudges and smears and things. So yeah.
And also getting the front row seat to whatever improvements they're working on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
main standing area. So it'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah. So we have our house salad with some Italian dressing. I already eaten one tomato. Time for the other one. Okay, gotta go for my camera. I'm watching you guys happy with this salad. And we're sitting poolside by the Orcas. For entrees, I tried the beef and Bear tried the chicken. Each came with a roll, a mix of vegetables, a saffron rice, and very lovely potatoes. It was all very good. Nice and warm. Thought the presentation was very nice, and we both enjoyed the meals that we had. I think we both were more mesmerized with watching the orcas than really the food, but it was definitely very good. For dessert, they brought out a tray with different desserts, and we got to try those. They offered to bring more if we wanted them. We did not, but they were very good desserts as well.
All right, hello, welcome everyone to our Dine with Orcas, and welcome to everyone that's at our underwater viewing area. My name is Cassandra. If you can hear my voice, but you can't see my face, I'm standing on the stage up at the top, and we are about to get started here in just a couple of minutes with our presentation. I do want to go over a couple things before we get started, especially for all of you sitting up here at the top. You are technically in a splash zone, and our killer whales do weigh, the smallest one is about 5,300 pounds. Which means that they can move a lot of water. If you have any bags or backpacks down on the floor, make sure you pick them up and off the ground because they may get wet. Now you may have noticed that we have some major renovation projects going on over at our stadium. It's really exciting right now for us at Orca Stadium, and we are hoping to share all of this with you in the spring. But until then, we are doing some renovations. We're going to make sure that we're maintaining an awesome environment back here for our killer whales to continue to grow and learn and play and also engage with their trainers, like we're going to get started here in just a minute. Now with that being said, I want to introduce you to the whales that we'll be hanging out with here today. We are going to be seeing our three ladies, Katina, Nalani, and Malia. For you guys at the top, the little lady who just lit up right now, this is Nalani, and right behind her is Malia. For you guys at the underwater viewing, you might be able to see the very end of Nalani's tail and Malia's whole body down there. Katina is hanging out right next door in the next habitat over. Now when we get started, we're going to see a lot of movement with our killer whale family, and you'll notice that they can pick up some major speed. When these whales are moving around, they are going from 0 to 30 miles an hour very quickly. They actually propel their bodies completely out of the water with different bows and jumps. And it looks like it's time to get started in just a moment. Now for these two girls in front of us, Nalani and Malia are 17 and 16 years old respectively. Katina is our 47-year-old matriarch. She'll be turning 48 this next year. Right behind us here are our two male killer whales, Trua and Makayo. For you guys up on the top side, you might be able to see the top of their heads as they're peeking through. Now I'm going to try to call out some of these behaviors, so for both you guys up on top and underwater, you can take a look and try to get some really cool shots. Now our other trainers are doing, we're starting off with some bows. So if you're looking over on your right hand side, you're going to see the paddling tap the surface of the water. Nalani is coming up to move some water. Here she is. This is our 17-year-old Nalani. Now we're going to have a lot of high energy behaviors going on. Katina is heading over to your left-hand side. For you guys at underwater viewing, get your cameras up. Here she comes. This is Katina, our 47-year-old matriarch. Now over again on the right-hand side. Wow. If you are up on top, get your cameras pointed towards the center. This is Malia. She'll be reaching in the center of the water. Now, if you do see a behavior that you like today, give them a lot of attention. This is our 16-year-old Malia. Now, we do cheer and clap for our killer whales. It's one of the ways that we can show them that we're excited. So feel free to do so as well. And you guys up at the front there are learning exactly why we call it the splash zone. Now with all these high energy behaviors going on, it's really exciting to see. It's a great exercise session for our killer whale family. Getting them moving like this, they will normally play with each other. They're going to do these behaviors to kind of communicate different things with each other. They'll be able to spy hop to see different prey items, reach to stunt prey items, as well as let each other know that they're in the area. Alright, here comes Katina again. She's making her way across. Over on the left-hand side. There she is. It's incredible to see them getting so high out of the water just like this. They are propelled by a part of their body known as the peduncle. So everything from their dorsal fin down to their tail flukes is that peduncle area. It is very powerful. And that's what allows them to reach with high speed and be able to get their bodies out of the water. I should emphasize that killer whale females are usually between 4,000 and 7,000 pounds. Males, however, are usually between 8,000 to 12,000 pounds on average. So, with such a large animal, having that powerful part of their body is very important. Our killer whales eat a lot of food every single day, varying between 80 and 120 pounds right now each. And that amount does change throughout the year. We are going to vary their diet just depending on the whale themselves, their age, their weight. We are actually able to make sure that we're weighing them on a regular basis with this giant platform up here on my right right-hand side, your left-hand side. Woo. Almost got splashed on that one. That was a lot of water. Now we do weigh our killer whales regularly to ensure that we are giving them a proper diet. Killer whales are able to eat several hundred pounds of food every single day. Oh, and what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to take a short break, which is really awesome. So what we do with our killer whales, we will change up their training sessions. So what we're doing right now is we're taking a short break. We're going to let them swim around for a minute, and then we're going to step back up and see what they're going to do next. So keeps them on their toes, or I guess their fins, it keeps us also moving as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about those different kinds of training sessions that we do too. This is obviously a very high energy exercise forward training session. Sometimes we're keeping it very mellow. We might also do things like husbandry or healthcare behaviors. Earlier this morning we actually had some of our whales getting regular physicals done right here in this pool. So our veterinarians come over, we can ask the whales to roll upside down or ventrally, present their tail flukes so we can get something like a voluntary blood sample or get a temperature on them. And these behaviors are super important. The high energy ones are fun and exciting. They're natural behaviors that they would be doing. But those healthcare ones are ultimately the most important for them because there's no way for them to tell us how they are feeling. So we rely a lot on diagnostic and preventative care. Making sure that we are giving them the utmost care is important to us. It is a critical part of what we do every single day. Now, teaching those behaviors takes many, many months, many, many years. Something as simple as asking them to touch your hand with their rostrum or the pointier end of their face might take a couple of tries, but something a little bit more difficult might take them many, many years to learn. They're going to learn by copying each other. They'll copy their trainers as well. We play follow the leader, and some of them are very, very talented at following what their trainers are doing. They can even generalize, so understanding that our hands are the same as their pectoral flippers and our feet are the same as their tail flukes. That's what makes them awesome predators. They are the ocean's top predator for a reason, hunting anything as small as a minnow and as large as a blue whale. Now, along with those different sessions, you'll have our trainers around here. They're actually holding these giant target pole-looking things. Kylie and Cheryl want to show them off. They kind of look like they have a stick with a buoy on the end of them. This is just essentially an extension of our arm. We can ask the whales to touch it with different parts of their body. We can ask them to reach for it or follow it along. We can also give them spots in the water that we're asking them to go to. We can even start a session with it by letting them know, like, hey, this is what we're going to do right now, is come over to this spot. Awesome. Now it looks like we're going to get started once more. Now, as we keep going, we're going to make sure that we cheer on these killer whales because in just a moment here, we're going to be giving a killer whale size goodbye to our Dine guests and our underwater viewing guests as well. Now, each one of these whales is going to be showing off. So, when you guys see them, I want you to practice right now. How much noise should you make? Go. I like that. We got some fun ones up here. I want to hear you guys at underwater viewing. Go. I heard a little.
Down there.
I think they can do better. What do you think, Adam? Yeah, all right, perfect. Now, they do see you guys down at the underwater viewing window as well. Killer whales have fantastic eyesight both above and below the water. Those eyes are actually not those white spots that you see, but at the very front, they're golf ball sized eyeballs. They are able to see up in front of them, all around them. And those white eye patches help them to blend in with their surroundings. All right, Katina's coming over. We use that target pole to let them know it's time to get started. All right, Malia's heading out first. She's heading towards the center where Cheryl just tapped the surface of the water. Let's give it up for Malia. Awesome, now Nalani's on her way. She's heading over to the slide out area up here on the top. So all of you guys get your cameras pointed over to your right-hand side. There she is. Well done, Alani. All right. Now, Katina call these ventral bows, which means that not only is she coming up and out of the water, but she's going to come up and out of the water upside down. Now she is ready to go swimming at about 30 miles an hour. This is Katina. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining us here today. We hope that you have learned a little bit more about how we care for our killer whale family and what we do with training. Now, as you guys do enjoy the rest of your meal here up at the top, or enjoy the rest of your day down here at the underwater viewing area, feel free to come up to our trainers down at the underwater viewing window, ask any questions that you have to them down there. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to sharing our newly renovated stadium with you guys very soon. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.